Go Falcons.
What?
Don't do that.
Oh
Don't do
my
that.
goodness.
Don't do
Anyway,
that.
what's up? Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of I Love My Kids But. And today we are talking about, drum roll please. Nice, you want to give me a drum? Step Parenting 101, the do's and the do nots. And as always, I have with me Mr. Tony P and Mr. Washington. What's up, fellas?
What is up?
All right, so I ain't even gonna prolong this. I'm gonna just jump right in. Step parenting.
Why you talking so fast? Like you want us to go away already? Like we just getting started, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready to have this conversation, this step parenting conversation. You know, ever since last week, we kind of hinted at step parenting. So we just figured we go ahead and roll it on over to today. So I'm a little excited. Is that okay with you, Mr. Washington?
Barely.
Anyway, so by the end of this episode, we will be able to put the age-old question to bed. Who is the stepfather of the year? Is it Tony P or is it Mr. Washington? For all of our viewers, go ahead and put y'all comments in the comment section so we can try to see once and for all who is the stepdaddy of the year. Okay. All right. So which one of y'all got step kids?
Currently?
Yeah.
I am currently single, so I am at 0.
All right, so put y'all comments in the comment section if y'all want Tony P to be y'all kids stepdaddy.
Oh Lord Jesus!
So we can get him unsingle. Let me tell you, Tony is always dating somebody with kids. Like,
that's the rule though. Like, if you got kids, you need to date somebody with kids.
But he did it before he had kids. Yeah. He was always somebody's stepdaddy. Like,
yeah, that's stepdaddy training right there.
Yeah, like he was always in training because he always was with somebody with some kids. I don't know what
Oh yeah.
All right,
what's up, Ray?
What's up, Ray?
Hey, Ray.
Ray already know about me and my
Ray,
stepdaddy.
We finna figure out who the best stepdaddy is. So I should have bought a trophy for today so I could give y'all like a little trophy for Ray, stay in here with me because I feel like they're gonna gang up on me in a little bit. So I need your support. Appreciate that. All right, so step parenting.
You want to invite her?
That's up to Ray.
Ray, you want to come on?
Ray, like, I like y'all, but
y'all done put Ray on the spot. Now we sitting here waiting for her response.
Right,
in the middle of a damn live stream.
In the comments like this. All right, so until Ray give us her answer for joining us on today's show, how do y'all feel about the word step parent? I know a lot of people have a negative relationship with the word. What are y'all thoughts on using the word step parent or step kids or?
So I think it really depends because I think the step moms have more of an issue with the step word than the dads do, mainly because we have a whole song dedicated to being a stepdaddy, whereas women don't. So women like to use those extra terms like bonus mom and I'm mom, or like they want to use like little fancy nicknames. With a stepdaddy, like, look, at the end of the day, like, it's all the same word. We don't need to sugarcoat it. Like, we know who we are.
Tony, what about you? What you think about that?
I agree with everything that he just said. Actually, like there was nothing.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
of course,
100%. Like, yeah, we got a whole song dedicated to us. You know what I'm saying?
Which one of y'all?
I did not hear the term bonus parent until like a few years ago when I was with my son's mother. That was my first time ever hearing about bonus parent.
And so what she used the bonus parent word?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. So Tony, I know you ain't been no stepchild, but Mr. Washington. You like your stepdaddy, stepmama?
So
why you say daddies with an S?
Because I don't know how many he had. Like, I had a few. Okay. So from my daddy's side, my daddy been married quite a few times. My daddy wasn't
My daddy wasn't a rolling stone. My daddy was a running stone.
Damn, he
He,
ran with it.
Oh, how a stone run? God, dog.
yeah, like he was just on it. So like well, when it came to my daddy, like I'm actually cool with all of his ex-wives. So I don't really, I never really had a problem with it. I mean, always called her my stepmama. Um, I didn't like Tony said. I didn't hear the word bonus type thing until a few years ago when I had an ex who was like, "Yeah, I'm the bonus mom," and I was like, "I same thing, but sure, whatever you want to be called at that point."
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I was always cool with them, even with my mom. So my mom had a very long relationship. I didn't. They never got married, so he technically wasn't my stepdad. But I called him my stepdad because he was kind of like my dad to me. Um, and I mean, I've never had any particular issues from the perspective of them mistreating me. Um, as kids growing up, you don't like nobody coming around your mama or daddy that ain't your mama or your daddy.
Fact.
So I had the regular issues of, oh, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't my damn daddy, or you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't my mama.
Mm. Uh-oh. So
Oh shoot!
Ray said
Oh shoot!
that she'll join in this thing. Tony P, can you go ahead and get Miss Ray Sunshine a link to join us today,
She
please?
already got it
She got it. Okay. All right. So before we go
already.
on to our next question, we're gonna wait on Ray to join us here. As StreamYard says in the studio. We gonna
I
let
just been sitting here in the studio trying to get to you, baby.
we do not own the rights to any of that music.
But the
Hey,
song,
it's okay. He ain't in the right key anyway.
yeah, y'all mammies,
That's what
y'all
we
mammies,
from what
okay?
song he was singing. I got you. All right, so we're gonna wait until Ray gets here. Then we gonna go jump on into the next question.
Hey,
What's up?
Samina.
What is happening?
Thank you for joining us.
Remember, Mina was the one that was like, she got that amazing co-parenting situation with
Right, I'm trying
her
to get my word up.
ex-husband's new wife.
Right, they have
Oh
figured
yeah,
it.
oh yeah. So Samina, definitely make sure you stay on because we gonna grill you too.
Definitely. All right, so I'll go ahead and ask the next question. We still waiting on Miss Ray. So is she in the waiting room yet?
She's not in the waiting room yet.
All right, so let's jump on to the next question real quick. So have you well, I know both of y'all been stepdaddies because I know both of y'all the runners up. We trying to figure out who's gonna win the stepdaddy title of the year. But what did your stepkids call you?
The first set, they they called me Mr. Anthony. They still to this day they call me Mr. Anthony.
Mr. Anthony. I
Yeah,
don't even know nobody who call you Anthony.
it's not a lot.
Like
Not,
most people call you Tony.
Tony or Ed. Like the closest I get to Anthony is Ed. But yeah, nobody really. I got 1,000 nicknames too. Like depending on the circle I'm in, my name is different. But
That is true. I've heard some of those nicknames, and I'm like, how y'all get that? Oh,
right. Because speaking of nicknames, my son's sister calls me Harry.
yeah. Okay. So tell us the story behind you being going from stepdaddy to is it Henry?
Harry.
Harry.
This is
Okay.
hilarious. This right here is hilarious. Don't nobody know my real name. Yes, my name, my birth name is Anthony.
All right, Uncle Harry. How
okay, so it all okay. It's a long story.
okay.
I'm a shorten
Shorten
it up. Okay, so I don't know if y'all seen the Kevin Hart stand up where he was talking about his friend Harry and how he kind of he called him while he was with his wife talking about what went down last night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So my best friend name is Derek.
Oh Jesus!
And
Lord
he started calling. There was a situation where he was like, "Hey, we gonna use the code word. If I call you Harry, Just know I need you to step. I need you to step in." And Harry just stuck. There's literally people that believe my name is Harry. And he took it a step farther and said, yes, Harry's his nickname. His actual name is William Harrington III.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'm William Harrington III to a lot of people in this world.
Well, we might not need to post this on Tony P Does Vibes because the secret is out. The cat is out.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, and Mr. Washington, you ever been? What do your stepkids usually call you?
So it's either gonna be so I prefer to be called Mr. Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence.
Okay. But I've definitely had kids that just call me Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm very iffy on calling me by my first name, like you pay my bills.
Oh.
So, so, but at the end of the day, I want the kids to be comfortable. So, it's whatever's gonna make them comfortable. That's how I say it.
Got you. All right. So when y'all, all right, so I know this has been a topic of discussion a few times on not only in the Only Child Play group, but on my personal page. What do you call your stepkids? Like I know y'all hinted on it, like, but do y'all when y'all out in public, do you be like, oh no, this is my son and this is my stepdaughter or my stepson, or do y'all just automatically call them as y'all kids?
Nah, these my kids.
Them your kids? And yeah, all right, just a little background. Why do you make that decision?
Why do I make that decision?
Yeah.
Because it's too much work to try to explain it. And honestly, at the end of the day, like, because I don't know, a lot of y'all don't know Brooklyn, but Brooklyn looks like she could be my kid, and I'm not gonna sit there and try to explain. Well, nah, her dad, that's my baby right there. You know what I'm saying? Right. And she don't try to correct nobody either, so we good. Just know that I'm not trying to replace your dad. It's just easier to just go smile and nod.
Gotcha. So Lawrence, let me ask you, what is the one no when your kids have a step parent? What is the one thing they is not allowed to do or say?
Don't touch my kids. Don't touch my kids.
Don't touch your kids. You can spank their ass.
Oh yeah, I will turn my son into Fight Night 98 real quick. But
like that.
But if, like, again, me and my ex-wife, we have a very good co-parenting relationship. But she knows as well as I do. Leave my kid alone. Like, if you want to ground them, if you want to punish, if you want to ground them or take something away from them, okay, I'm cool with that. Just watch your hands, because if you get a little if you get a little heavy-handed, so does this clip. So let's just be very careful about that.
We're not going to promote violence here, sir. Not the clip. Jesus.
Good Lord.
Well, somebody look here. Somebody has definitely agreed with him. And I ain't gonna lie, especially being the parent of a girl. Like, I wholeheartedly feel like a man in our life as the disciplinarian is cool with me. But do not touch my child, because we going to war. I'm gonna go to war by mine. And I'll be right on over there. What county I'm in? DeKalb County. Asking my mama to come get me out. Because you don't put your hands on my child, and I got to put my hands on you. So I agree. Tony, what about you?
As y'all was talking, because my kid hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it depends. Like, I can't say that I'll be some type of way and I haven't even came close to being in that position. You know what I'm saying? I would like to think that there's no hate behind it, even if he does spank him. Like, but I think I would have to actually be in that position to really say how I would feel. As of right now, be like, I get it.
Do you have you ever been in a position where you had to spank somebody else's child?
Yes, I did, and I never did it again.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And was it why? What was the story behind it? Did you not feel comfortable spanking or
Um, she didn't like it. She had a problem with it, and it was part of the reason why we're no longer together. On top of other issues that we had, but yeah, I did it, and my reasoning behind doing it was very short sighted. So yeah, I don't do it. I don't do it unless you have to actually ask me to do it.
Oh Lord, we don't have
No,
some technical difficulties. Here she
no,
go.
that's
Here,
not.
I am having technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're trying to get them resolved. But everything Tony saying, so I can respect that. Now going back to what Lauren said though.
okay,
About
hold on.
Yeah,
You sound real off the cuff, homie.
right.
y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, just barely.
Barely. Oh man, okay. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh Lord.
We apologize ahead of time, guys. You know, Manager Morgan apparently is on the verge of quiet quitting. Apparently, um, and so while she gone, we get to pop our own shit at this point. So, Tony, let me ask you this. While I guess Morgan's figuring out her life when it comes to this, when it comes to being a stepdad, and when it comes to elements of being of the other father being in a life, have you ever had an experience where they've tried to pull rank over what you and her had going on?
Absolutely, 100%. The last one he tried to make it. He tried to put into her head that she wasn't safe because they were living with me, and he tried to put it in her head that you're not safe living over there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like rank. He was just trying to manipulate the situation to kind of like tear down the relationship that we had. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. The other daddies wasn't even present because a lot of dudes base their relationship with their kids on the relationship they have with the mama.
So that is very true. Like I think when it comes down to it, like I'm always an advocate of dads. I always say I'm 100% for a dad being in a child's life, regardless of what happened before today. If a
Right.
dad came back today and said I want to be in my child's life, and they've been gone for the last couple of years, I'm gonna always advocate for it. So like I've definitely had situations where I've definitely had baby daddies be like, oh,
What's going on, y'all?
Oh, there she is.
Hey Ray.
Oh, we can do this now because
Hear you? We in there?
boom and boom. Nope, Mr. Washington. Boom. I want to be next to Ray.
Oh my god.
That's fine because you know what? I am not going to say what I was going to say.
Relax.
You are muted,
and that's why we can't hear Morgan.
Right. No, we can't hear you. You're muted.
No, we can't hear you at all, Morgan. Sorry.
Unmute yourself.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, wait,
Never mind.
Mute yourself back. Geez. Okay, turn the volume down on your other device.
Whatever other device you got connected to the podcast, turn the volume 100% down and mute that mic.
Okay, nah, gonna bring it back. Nope.
Gotta go.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Ray. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. Ray, are you a stepmama or stepdad? I mean, you're not obviously not a stepdaddy. Are you a stepmama or are you dealing with a man a man? You know what the fuck you know what the hell I'm trying to say.
Does your child have a stepfather in their life?
My son does have a stepfather. He actually he has a couple dads. When
What kind of lifestyle you into, Ray?
Hey, don't ask, don't tell.
I'm exotic, I do a lot of different things. But that's not.
You ask a question you ain't ready for.
When I first had my son is 9. So when I first had my son, I was not dating anybody. It was just his father being his father. And when he turned 2 months, I started dating my best friend who became my fiance. So he was actually the stand-in father when his dad was not being a father. So he was in Joe's life all the way until he was 5. That's when we broke up. But he is now considered Joe's godfather. So he is not, biological, but he is his godfather now. And I am currently dating someone who has a child. But I call him my bonus son. He's not really a step anything. Like, I love him.
Bonus.
So
Here I go. Here we come with the bonus stuff. So let me ask you an unrelated question. Let me see if this fly. So you telling me that your new man's
Mhm.
like he cool with the fact that your old man's is the godfather of your child?
yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with him.
Okay. Okay. Now, does your new man's and your baby daddy, do they get along?
They don't have to see each other or even be around each other, honestly. My son stays with his father right now. And so even if he comes over to him, um, he has, like, they really just don't. My son's father, my boyfriend really don't even they don't talk to each other or anything like that. It's copacetic.
It's copacetic. That's what we got from.
Like, I ain't never had to. I ain't never had to. See, ain't no
Hey, Ray,
Okay.
is your internet through AT&T?
my internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, your audio
Why
keep going in
you
and
know
out.
what? They always dissing us
Because we heard every other word until you got to like it's copacetic, and
Right.
then after that it was like it's every other word again. And I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna have to read lips when it comes to this.
Oh wow.
don't worry about it. I think the video
Oh,
will do some what's the things called with the words? Y'all don't know.
closed
Oh,
captioning.
caption.
So basically,
Y'all
when you turn
smart.
on the closed captioning, it's gonna be like it's space, call space, copacetic. And it's gonna be like what's that word they use? Intelligible audio.
This is an interactive podcast, which means that you can put in your own story in the spaces that Ray has left behind. Okay,
Choose
you
your
can
own
make
adventure.
take your own, and depending on which words you choose, it depending on what
It's
outcome you get.
There we
Okay.
go.
Well, Morgan, we held it down for you while you had to go through your mid podcast crisis. So please
You.
continue.
Thank you, and thank you for being on your best behavior, Mr. Washington. It is greatly appreciated and duly noted. I appreciate that. So I think y'all covered a lot while I was gone, didn't y'all? Ray, have you ever had to be in a situation, or what is your idea as far as disciplining is concerned? Like, do you allow your son's stepfather to discipline him or punish him, and do you do it with your bonus kids?
no, we don't do that. And for the most part, can y'all hear me? Well, I just want
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I, I, please continue. I'm sorry.
He never changes, Ray. He never changes. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry
wow.
about that.
See, now your audio is out.
fine.
We can hear
Yeah.
you. Go.
Okay. So no. I discipline my son when he's here. And as far as my bonus son, his dad got it. He's 15, so I don't have to do much of that.
Right.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I was going when my phone and my computer and all my technology was like, no, Trey, you don't need to ask those questions. But Lauren, you were discussing, you mentioned about punishing your kids, right? Like the step parent being able to punish or discipline your child. So we know the whoopings off the table. But when it comes to like a punishment, who makes that determining factor? Are you okay with the step parent or bonus mom being able to say, hey, you did XYZ, so this is the consequence?
Yeah, absolutely. Do what you gotta do. Like ball out at that point. Like at the end of the day, it's not my household, so I recognize that as a man with my ex-wife, a man is going to come into her household. Is going to be responsible for that household. Like I would love for that to affect. He's responsible for that household.
Whoa! What you say?
Protection, essentially.
What you say?
Whatever rules he make, that is what applies at that point.
Mr. Washington, I just gotta take a break. I just gotta pause real quick because you be talking smack by everybody else audio, bro, and you just went completely frozen, like you was just
all the way out.
No,
we didn't get no
nothing.
This shit was just.
I mean, you was like, that, right? You saw that. Don't worry, we're gonna do a replay. Matter of fact, next week, Tony, make sure we had that queued up for Mr. Washington just stuck on the computer. All right, so I don't even know where you was at. Right? Who got?
Oh, he gonna submit it to my who got AT&T.
So, all right, so I get your point for at your ex-wife and your son's home, but when it comes to you and your home, and you have a significant other, wife, whatever the case may be, what is your expectation at your house? So we know your expectation when they're with their moms, but what about you and your household?
Oh, I don't beat kids. I'm way too creative at punishment to have to beat a child. I'm way too creative. Like I guarantee you, I Dr. Seuss my way into punishment. Like don't get that twisted. I'm the type of person you'll come home and let my step kids do anything. They'll come home to a whole puzzle just to get the code to the refrigerator. Oh, you want an afternoon snack? Oh, I heard your teacher had to call me. So here's your riddle for today. Figure it out, and you might get some grapes before dinner.
So all right, so that's you and your kids. What about you, Tony?
I might be changing my strategy moving forward. I might have to.
You might be doing some militant stuff like Mr. Washington.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish over here. We might.
Don't do Tiny Tony like that just yet. Don't do him like that.
No, I'll wait till he's about 4 or 5.
Oh no, trust me. I'm telling you, I think my son had a tablet at like 3, and he decided he wanted to spit on his teacher. Oh no, baby. That tablet was hitting every corner of the house. I would give him clues to go find his tablet. As soon as he got close, I would move the location. And then by the time he got it back, I had already disconnected it from the Wi-Fi and changed the Wi-Fi password.
So jeez. So why not just take it from him?
That's a lot of effort.
Huh?
That's cruel and unusual, but that
seems like that take a lot of work.
But that's the thing. It's 2022. Like these kids are so hip to stuff. Like my son now, like he'll take an ass whooping in a heartbeat just to be like, all right, let me get this done and over with. Yeah. Like it don't work in 2022. Like,
bro, I don't know.
No, it's okay. I got, and my son plays football. You can run hills now.
Ooh, no, up downs.
Ooh,
yep.
That sounds painful. I don't like the sound of that.
No, what you mean?
That sounds.
You don't even know what an up down is.
Yeah, it's an up down.
According to defects, I am only required to provide my child shelter, bread, and water.
Is that your tagline? Because I swear you use that rule for everything.
Mm-hmm. Because I practice what I preach. Ask my son.
I like this one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wall squats,
So then,
suicide,
was you in the military
suicide.
or then? Which one? Like on drum,
Whatever.
like on drum. Poor kids, poor kids. All
Oh
right,
no, y'all. Okay, so y'all never had it when y'all was growing up, where y'all parents made you have your arm out and they put books in your hand.
no,
Water
I
bottle.
just got my ass whooped.
I did. My parents, we had a fireplace, and so they would make us go downstairs to the garage and get wood, and then they would make us stand in front of the window holding the wood over our head. And y'all know, if we fell back or if that wood fell off our hand and it broke that window, it was it was a wrap. So they
Wow.
Now, see, y'all talking about cruel and unusual punishment. That's like a whole setup. Samina,
Right.
I am too. So me and you on the same page.
See, and I just got ass whoopings. I just got my ass whooped. And after a certain point, I was like, bruh, stop whooping me. Like, this ain't working. I think my
Bingo. And that's exactly why you got to be creative.
But
Like I love the fact
my punishments won't work neither. I was just bad. Let's just call spade a spade.
I'm glad you can admit that now.
I mean, I was just bad. Now, I will tell you this. Like, it was one time my stepdad, he pushed me too hard, or it was something that my mom wasn't going Scotty T. Rest in
I
peace,
don't know.
Scotty T.
I'm about to say Israel.
Who? Yeah, he could barely walk. And now I have a bonus parent. I do not call him my stepdad. I call him a bonus parent.
no, I call him 24/7 security. Top flight security in the world, homie.
You don't leave my additional parent alone. I don't know. It just kind of stepdad to me. Like, I don't want to be called stepmama. If you just call me Morgan.
But okay, but why? But like, why is that such a trigger word for y'all?
You like to cut me off, don't you? Because I was finna get into that, but you just like to cut me. You don't like to hear me talk.
Oh,
like
see, this is what I'm going for. This is the kind of fear that I'm trying to instill into my son.
Your voice not deep enough for that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I mean,
just wait.
Now,
I'm gonna start drinking whiskey.
Let me tell you, Lauren's voice comes from the pit of Africa, so his voice is a little bit scarier. But
no, like when it comes to my son and Jeremiah hear me bark, that's a whole different ball game.
Exactly.
All right, so in the spirit of step parenting, you asked me why, and it's always been the same explanation for me. And I think it's the same, like Tony said. I don't feel like it's your business to know my particulars. When this child is with me, that's my child. Like, if something gonna happen or you need some kind of answer in the moment, you're not gonna be like, oh, well, you the step parent, let me call the mama. No, I'm the parent at that time. So whatever you got to ask, you ask me. Like, I don't feel like it's necessary to go into an explanation. I just feel like sometimes when kids hear the word step, they automatically think that there is a division between you, them, and their kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I be like, oh, this is my daughter, but this is my stepson. Oh, okay, well, why are you making it a point to say that's your stepson?
Right.
Golly, bro, you don't never let me finish. What, Mr. Washington? What?
No, I just want to make sure I was acknowledged because I do have something I want to respond to that. But please finish your long and convoluted statement.
Go ahead. You know, everybody was answering the question, and I had a little technical difficulties, so that's why I circled back around and answered the question. Go ahead, Mr. Washington. What you got?
So here's my thing. My thing about the situation is that makes sense if you're out in public, and I'm here for that. Like, cool. We ain't got time to define that, but like there is a division that exists, and I feel like a lot of times what happens, and this is just my personal experience, when we get people that call themselves bonus moms or bonus parents, it almost gives them a certain sense of entitlement sometimes that you can interject yourself in the other person's co-parenting. And so, like, I can honestly tell you, I've definitely had situations with bonus moms all of a sudden feeling like now when it comes, because they're quote unquote, or they label themselves as a bonus mom and not a stepmom, they kind of confuse their place when it comes to things. Because yes, you may be a bonus mom or a stepmom, but that child is my responsibility and the responsibility of the co-parent. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, and yes, I appreciate that you're involved, but understand that whether you stepmom, bonus mom, whether you whatever creative nickname you want to call yourself, there is still a place for you to be in because there is going to be a division that still exists.
Well, okay, well, let's back up because I feel like that's a kind of sort of a contradiction of your statement earlier about where the co-parents have other relationships with step parents and those step parents being allowed to discipline or punish your child. If that's the case, then if you're married, we ain't talking about boyfriend, girlfriend. We talking about we live together, we married, we co-parenting. Shouldn't everybody be on the same accord as far as the punishment?
I feel like that's different.
That's different though.
I feel like that's very different.
Different from what? That's what we're establishing.
Okay, so let me say this. If my child is in your household, I cannot come over there and tell you how to parent my child. That's between you. That will be between my ex-wife and her husband. Cool. But at the end of the day, if there's a decision to be made in terms of my child's education, in terms of what my child has going on in his personal life, that's between me and his mama. I will listen to you as a bonus parent or whatever you want to classify yourself under the moon. But that's ultimately a decision. That's ultimately a decision between me and their mom.
But we talking about discipline right now. We're not talking about
well, you created 15 different situations and you blended them together. Now you're trying to separate them again. Pick which one you're dealing with, Hoppo.
We've been on discipline.
Hey, this is what it's all about at the end of the day, right here.
All right, so let me ask y'all because I've had. Oh, I'm sorry. Vintage Classic says every situation and dynamic is different. Do whatever works for the relationship. That's true. That's true. Could you be with somebody who doesn't allow you to discipline or punish your kids? Maybe not discipline, but at least punish.
Nope. Yep.
No. Yeah. Hell no. No. Hell no.
Well, and I'm gonna just say, like I said, his son is 15. Any conversation about discipline, it comes from his daddy. I ain't got. You know
what about punishment? Like if the child comes into your house and does something blatantly disrespectful, do you feel like it's your place to say you're grounded?
No.
I'll call his dad. Hey, this is what's going on. And from there, we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do what you want to do. I bet. Then we got it from there. Mm-hmm. And that's how we work. But that's how we go with it.
So
any firm decisions because I ain't talking to his daddy like that.
See, I can't really say I've never had a live-in bonus child, so I can't really speak on that. I would think that. Okay, I would still be able to say what I need to say, not even as a additional parent, but as an adult, period. Yep. Like, I'm going to say what I need to say, okay? Because you're still a child in my household. But now, whether or not it comes to kicking your ass, whooping your butt, or taking away your things, then yeah, that's a discussion between me and the parent. And Mr. Washington, Big Blip. You still got AT&T or you on Metro? Boo? What
Who, me?
You over there Metro Bowling?
No, this what happens when you off of Wesley Chapel. You know they monitor the feds. Yeah. You know the feds be checking the lines over here, so they probably listen to this whole podcast. Like who we calling defects on?
Bruh stuck like this.
He been. He been frozen.
Like. His mouth, his audio and his video wasn't connected. Like he was like one of them old Chinese movies,
right? Like Squid Games. Now he out of here. So let me ask y'all this, because I've literally had this statement said to me when I had a significant other living in the home with us. Mm-hmm. It was, why you calling me? Ask your nigga. That's why you got a nigga.
That's what baby daddy said. That's what baby daddy said.
I personally have never had that issue. However, my son's dad, he he was one of those weekend warriors, as I say. So when it came to like punishment and things like that, when I was with my ex fiance, like we were on one accord. How do you want to go? Like we talked about it. Okay, well Joe out here flipping off the bed head first, whatever, and we done told him to stop doing that. Okay, cool. We gonna handle this. How we gonna handle this? His dad never had no say so. He don't. He don't even have no. He couldn't text me about it. You feel me? He couldn't.
But I'm saying in regards to finance, that is the statement that was made to me in regards to finance.
Oh, that was sticky too.
That was sticky. So let's get into it real quick. Like, so Mr. Washington, welcome back. We're glad to have you again.
Yeah, mammy.
Hold on now. Don't talk about London. I fight over my mama. I fight over my mama. I will
she'll mess around to pop up in here, she got the link.
Right.
Right.
So the statement that I told them was made to me when my daughter was smaller was that I had a nigga in my house. Why should I be asking for anything financially? What you think about that?
Because nigga, like at the end of the day, I didn't nut in you. Like at the end of the day, like I'm so confused. Like I hate statements like that. Like, bro, like that's your child. Like, why would you not want to know that something is going on? Like at the end of the day, like I pull out. So therefore, the fact that you decided not to means, nigga, you get first dibs.
Cody, really?
This is what happens when you have Tony P and Mr. Washington on a podcast together. So Tony, what you feel about that? Should parents, the biological parents, still be held responsible for?
Yeah,
man, get the hell out of here.
Hey, hold on, wait. We gotta. Hey, let's go.
We was doing it at the same. Vintage, do not encourage these two clowns. One day we are gonna have Vintage on the show with us because he is always supporting us. I appreciate that. But don't support these two. You guys.
That's just keeping it real though. Like, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, like, yes, I'm going to take care of any child that's under my possession.
Mm-hmm.
But in my particular, like in my mindset, if your child needs now, if my stepkid comes to me and said, Mr. Lawrence, I need $20 for a field trip. All right, here, take this $20, go about your business. Right. I ain't got time to go back and forth with your daddy. Now, if your daddy give it back to me on the back end, cool. Now, if my stepkid came to me and said, Mr. Lawrence, we need $400 for this trip, I'm be like, time out.
Call your daddy.
Like let's have a meeting of the minds to make sure.
What if you know the daddy ain't shit? Like, let's just
that don't exclude you from getting asked questions. Like, you could be the worst. Like, let's say you go to work. You the worst worker on your team. That mean your boss gonna stop asking you to do work. Like, that's not how it works. You still gonna get asked.
So your position on this is the same as your position last week on child support. As long as the attempt is there,
it gotta be in just the attempt. You ain't gotta act. It ain't gotta be no follow through. Like, if you come back and say, "Oh, I pay child support, so what do we need this for?" Cool, no problem. I ain't got a problem with it. Now let's keep moving.
So you want a date? You want her to at least reach for the receipt.
Yeah, exactly. Just screenshot it, send it to me. Cool, done. Next.
I don't know what to say about him sometimes.
Well, because I'm okay. I was playing like this. Like I told Tony earlier, I am all for dads being a part of their child's life. No matter what the situation is, and because I want a dad to be a part of their child's life, you don't get exempt from the financial portion of that. Right. Like, at the end of the day, I want you to be there. I want you to be at your children's dance recitals, their football games, whatever it is. I want you to be there. But I also want you to be there when it comes to time to take care of these bills for these kids too. Now, again, any kid that's my responsibility will never go without. It'll never be that problem. But you are not going to get exempt just because I got the money in my pocket. No, it'll get paid for. But homie, look, even if I got to show up to court myself with my own receipts, You going? There has to be a level of responsibility.
And so so let's flip that. Do you expect for your wife or your spouse, or first of all, is there a difference in responsibility from just somebody you're with and your wife, like a long time significant other and a wife, or long time long time boyfriend and husband? Are the responsibilities, your expectations different?
Yes, absolutely. So there's a very fine line I have when it comes to responsibilities. I am the minute I don't have to pull out, I am responsible for everything under that household. That's it. Like
Right.
that. I
That,
mean,
wait, hold on, wait. There's a time when that happens. Like, what is that?
So that is when you messing up the game right there. You gotta have a fine line. Like if I'm
you have to pull out, you got a whole kid.
if yeah, like if I'm still worried about pulling out.
Now we can have that story because that's a story. Me having
a kid. Lord, save it for another day.
Right.
So, do you expect your wife or significant other to help financially with your kid as their bonus kid?
That'll leave that up to them.
I mean that's their decision. Like at the end of the day, like as long as you're not checking me for my money when it comes to taking care of my kid, if you want to chip in, I'm here for it. Like hell, this kid is expensive as shit. Like please give me $20.
So not chipping in is cool too. That's what y'all saying. So
let me put
it like this. All right, you got a wife. Your son football coming up. You don't expect her to assist in anything that you?
No, actually, the crazy part about it is my ex. I had an ex who didn't want anything to do with the football thing. Like that wasn't her thing. She was like, I'll have stuff waiting for y'all when y'all get home, but y'all ain't about to catch me out on that field. Like that, like football, that wasn't her thing. So she made that very clear. So it was never my expectation for her to be that supportive parent in that aspect of things. Like I feel like when it comes to being a bonus mom, when it comes to being the outside party, when it comes to parenting, I think you have to accept people based upon their limitations. You can't put your expectations on them and then not want to accept their limitations.
That's real. So another big question.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Oh Jesus. Would you ever enter into a marriage or a relationship with someone your child does not like?
Hell no. Bye. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me.
So I'm gonna let everybody else answer that first. Ray, what you got?
Yeah, most times kids have a discernment. They kind of know that ain't right, or just if they be like, I don't like him because he don't if you give me a good ass reason, I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you.
And you was gonna take me to my point. It has to be a valid reason, not he got on me because I pushed over the potato chips at the stove. Tony, correct me if I'm right. Y'all know kids can be dramatic. Oh, mommy, he told me to move the water from over there to over here. I don't like him. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's not a legit reason for you not to like them and for them not to be your damn step parent. Because let me tell you, mama got a life too, okay? So mama's gonna have to evaluate why you don't like such and such. Because baby,
that thing thinking over there.
You over there dropping that duck.
So Tony, I throw that question to you. I know your son is still small, but could you be with someone that he doesn't like?
Yeah, y'all pretty much took the words out of my mouth. It would have to be a valid reason, even though he ain't talking right now. He would have to be like, he don't like her for this reason. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So have y'all ever been the step parent to a kid that don't like y'all?
Hell
Everybody
yeah.
love me.
Everybody love you, Tony.
Nah. Nah.
We love
So
Tony, not Anthony. I don't know because we not too many people like Anthony. No Anthony, so I don't really know if they can. I'm just playing. I'm just fucking. All right, but what you say, Mr. Washington? What
yeah,
you been with?
um, I've definitely had a kid that didn't particularly like me, but I think the reason why he didn't like me was an overall issue in the relationship period where
Mhm.
I'm a man about structure and I'm a man about organization. Like, so because I introduced structure and organization, he couldn't do the same stuff that he was doing before.
Mm.
So then it became an issue. And then the issue spilled over to, okay, well, you ain't got no structure in the organization because your mama ain't got no structure in the organization. So at that point in time, let me kill two birds with one stone. Gets to stepping.
Pew pew. Yep.
So speaking of that, do y'all stay? Do y'all stay friends or in your stepkids' lives after you and the mother have departed? Split ways.
Depends. Depends. It depends on the person. Like I have exes. Like I have one particular ex. Her daughter hits me up all the time, and I see her daughter all the time. And I will never, I will never turn my back on a kid because of this stupid ass mama. I won't do that.
Her mama got why she got to be all that? Why y'all just couldn't work out? Why her mama got to be stupid ass?
I mean,
I mean,
it's either stupid or they dead. Like they can pick which one they want to be at that point in time.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you, Tony. Look, I know you done been stepdad a few times. I stopped counting how many times you've been a stepdaddy. But you ever had some stepkids that don't like you?
never. Well, no, there was one. He had a problem with me for a while, and that's only because he kind of caught us, and yeah. Well, yeah.
He caught you put that dun 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 in.
Yeah, and he had a problem with me after the fact, but no, like the relationship I had.
His mama down. Ain't nobody told you to be in there doing that to his mama.
Hey man, I was dropping, flipping, and reversing it, man. That was
Oh
Oh,
no, he caught you being a gymnast. Oh, I'll be pissed too.
right.
but why though? Never mind. We'll talk about that on another episode. Let's not even dig.
But he was the only one that really had an issue with me. But now we're cool now. He actually asks us about me now that his mom is she's in a relationship with a new dude, and they still ask about me. The kids ask why I don't come around no more and stuff. But the relationship I was in 10 years ago, you know who.
Oh yeah.
I still have a relationship with her kids.
There's a few of them too.
There's a good. Well, I'm with the older set, the first generation of kids.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So, Vintage Classic says, I would take a serious, valid reason from my son to heart because my future wife will also have an influence in my son, no matter how strong or insignificant. That's
Agreed.
That's law.
His wife gonna have to like Fortnite.
I respect it. Mr. Washington, did you drop out again on us? Oh no,
boy.
Again, every time I have issues, it's because the DeKalb County Police Cruiser just rolled past my car, and like it happened. Like I'm telling you right now, I don't know what it is, but Officer Duty over here really got some stuff going on. He might be looking for somebody.
It's all right if you're dealing with Metro and Boost. You ain't got to lie. Is this cool?
This coming from the villain that's sitting in the dark. Please,
it's
stop
okay though. But I'm still here. I've exited once, and you always coming for everybody else. Matter of fact, next week, Tony, make sure we queue up all the times. We're gonna do a one of them
a montage.
Yeah, with some music to it. The times that you done talked about people, and then the times you don't went out. Right. Like Tamina said, ooh.
We're gonna get Morgan a ring, like
we are.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe.
No, I just want to hear Morgan's evil laugh.
You know, you would have to stay on the show long enough to be able to hear it, but your phone keep cutting out on you.
Oh, you want to go there?
Anyway, we gonna wrap this thing. What? I'm so sick. So I need y'all to let me know in the comment section who won Stepdad of the Year, Mr. Washington or Tony P.
First of all, this is not a fair battle. This is not a fair battle. Tony dropping dick. Tony dropping dick all over the place. So at the end of the day, if you spread your seeds wide, you gonna have a bigger field. Like
that
me,
that don't have nothing to do with step parenting.
Yes, it do.
Just take your loss and move on.
No.
Okay, just take your loss. I'm pretty sure let's settle this once and for all. I'm pretty sure that in one family, Tony P has accumulated more step kids than you. And on that note, thank y'all so much for joining another episode of I Love My Kids, but the podcast. If you haven't already done so, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We are currently going live on Facebook and YouTube at Tony P Does Vibes. And until next week, we'll see y'all later.